to talk about a book that's like crazy good, and I think everybody should read this book actually. This is the book you need to read next. It's called Single Not Sick. It's by a friend of mine. Her name is Rebecca Coco. And this book will literally change your perspective on so many things. Do you know, according to statistics, that we are the loneliest generation? In fact, one of the two most searched words on the internet is lonely. Is the word lonely. So we live in probably the most connected generation, but at the same time, the most lonely generation. And it seems like society's pushing relationships on us, like pushing this and this and this, being in a relationship. And even in churches, like there's like a big market for books on relationships, for sermon series on relationship, and you never really hear any sermons on singleness. You never really hear any books or anything said about singleness. So I think this book is really important in this time and day and age when it seems like everybody's bombarding us with relationships and stuff. And what I like about the book is I started reading it. First of all, I want to say that it's a short read. Despite being filled with so much information, you can sit down and literally read it in an afternoon. And I also like that the font is kind of big. It's like, I don't like little font because I'll be reading and then I'll be skipping sentences. When I say look at this. This is the font size. Like, it's pretty big font size. But it's not a book that you're going to skim over. It's a book that'll really draw you in. And actually, like, the first part of the book isn't really about singleness. Like, what I love about this book and how it's written is, like, the first part, it's more about, like, more than anything, it talks about identity. Your identity in Christ. So, I don't think this book is just for Christians or just for single people, because she opens the book actually talking about something that you don't hear a lot about either. It's like identity. And I feel like that's something that so many people in this generation are looking for. And I think the reason she does this is because so many of us have used relationships as like a way for us to feel identified or for us to feel purpose. And she breaks down the chapters and, like, you know, one, she breaks down how, like, the lies about identity, the lies about singleness. So many of us have been led to, like, think that, oh, because I'm not in a relationship, I'm somehow less than people who are in a relationship. Or if I don't have somebody, like, I don't have purpose. One of the lies she broke off where, like, this hit me deep was in that singleness is a curse, and God was punishing me for my past by keeping me single. And she, like, this book literally spelled it out. And when I came across that page, when I came across that in writing, I felt like if God was speaking directly to me and telling me, like, I'm not punishing you, I love you. So I know this book is going to speak into your life as well, and so many other people's lives. I think it's a really good book, and you really need to dig in and read it. You need to pick up a copy, because whether you're single, whether you're in a relationship, I think we all could benefit from knowing what it is like to have a deep identity in Christ. And, like, if this book is not for you, you know somebody who's single, or even if they're not Christian, like, you know somebody who's struggling with it. If you yourself struggle with it, if you yourself are like, how come to a point where you don't feel content in your singleness? Like, I think she does an amazing job with breaking down, like, how to win, how to live your best life right now while you're single. I love that she stresses her relationship with Christ more than anything. And this book was really, really encouraging to me. And it helped me view things in a different perspective. There's sometimes where, like, I don't feel content in my singleness, and, like, you know, because I've been single a while, but I'm really glad that this book is available, because it is something that I can go back to when I'm feeling like that, when I'm feeling lonely, and be like, what are the lies I'm allowing myself to believe, and how can I break them? So this has been kind of like a manual to me, and I've read it already twice. So I think somebody watching this needs to read this book. Anyways, if you want to get, like, if you feel like called into relationships, if you, like, want to get prepared for a relationship, if you want to know, like, what is God calling me to do in my singleness, or, like, you don't feel content in your singleness, if you feel like, man, singleness is a curse, I'm trying to get out of here, I recommend that you read this book. Like, it really will change your perspective on a lot of things. It's maybe realize, like, man, this isn't the worst thing in the world. Um, I really pray that it does be like that for you. Because, like, to me, like I said, to me, it's been a big blessing just reading it, allowing the Lord to give me a different perspective on something where I didn't feel content anymore. Though I think the society stresses like instant gratification, but long-term relationships are all about self-control and like denying yourself instant gratification in order to give room for something, a bigger blessing. And I think this book really puts you in the mindset and helps you renew your mind about that. So again, I can't stress it enough. Read this book. Read this book. It will change like so many like of your preconceived notions about singleness. I think realizing who you are in Jesus Christ is also like super important. You need to realize who you are in Jesus and allow Him to be like, give your singleness to God. And I think reading this book will help you realize that that's the best thing you can do. Just give your singleness to God. You know, you'll never have enough time. Something this book is really like, I guess something this book has really taught me is that, and reminded me is that I will never have more time than I do right now to search God. And I know, Rebecca, you're probably going to see this. I really want to encourage you. I want to thank you and honor you for writing this book. It's been such a blessing to my life, and getting to know you has been a blessing too. I really hope this is not the last book that you write. Keep writing. Keep doing things for God's kingdom. You are a blessing to the kingdom. And I know you'll be writing more books soon, and I can't wait to read them, honestly. God is really giving you a gift. And thank you for writing this book, and I know it's going to touch many people's lives, and it's going to introduce a lot of people to the gospel.